Here I'm back. Changed into my E&N cap. The official Esquimalt and Nanaimo Railway emblem. Cap made in an authorized way by Elevation Media. Mr. Matthew Robson, one of the nicest, most personable rail persons around in British Columbia. Didn't want to call him a rail fan, although I think he is. He's also a railway worker. So my YouTube channel, Low Light Mike, because I enjoyed doing a lot of low light photography, and I still do. I just don't make as much of an effort to do it. So my first era was ferry boats and ferry boat trips and things from shore and from the ship. Then lots of time lapses of dawn and dusk. I enjoyed doing those. You can tell I don't enjoy or know how to do a selfie hold for video with my hand. Oh, we'll try. You can see if there's a cougar behind me. I call out for bears, and then in terms of cougars, I know that cougars are around. I just generally keep on moving. So then I discovered a love and interest for old railway routes, specifically the E&N Railway on Vancouver Island, and more specifically, bridges and trestles. So starting in 2019, I made an effort to see practically all of the bridges and trestles north of Goldstream area. So didn't go into the Langford, Greater Victoria area, but from Humpback Road north and then the entire Port Alberni subdivision, saw those structures and documented those with photos and videos. And then I've just continued with my hikes, like this one. Here is where we are, Vancouver Island on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada. The red mark is the area near the City of Port Alberni. Now I'm on the Port Alberni subdivision of the former Esquimalt and Nanaimo Railway, and the red mark shows my hike location on the west side of the Port Alberni summit. Trains last ran here in early 2002, so that's over 23 and a half years ago. My overall hike for this series of videos went from Loon Lake Forest Service Road at milepost 22.2 to milepost 26 above the Cherry Creek rural area. This episode 3 goes from milepost 24.1 to 24.8. And then more recently, I've found an enjoyment of doing videos and photos of historic locomotives. And so I've enjoyed volunteering at the BC Forest Discovery Centre, you know, the Forest Museum, just north of Duncan in North Cowichan. And I've enjoyed visiting the Alberni Pacific Railway as well, as they've relaunched their summer train. Hey, they're going to do a Christmas train coming up soon, pulled by their number 7 Baldwin diesel. And in a couple weeks at the BC Forest Discovery Centre, they're going to be doing their Halloween train. So I'm looking forward to those. Yeah, so we'll just try a little bit more of this vlogging style. I don't often have it pointed back at me, which I find a bit odd. I'm not used to that. So I'm coming up to the second site of a diverted grade where a trestle used to cross a gully, and same year, they were busy in 1971 doing projects. They dismantled and bypassed an old trestle. I'm not sure if it's this curve here or if I got one more curve to go. But I do know that one of my favorite rock faces is coming up here on the right. Yeah, you know, besides loving a good milepost, I also love a lovely rock face. Again, gratitude first. Gratitude and curiosity. I think that's who I am. Okay, this is the trestle diversion going off to the right and going off straight there. That's the east end of what was the mile 24.4 trestle, commonly known as the Stokes trestle, because in a little ways past the site was the Stokes siding. Hey, we'll get to that. I enjoy looking at Google Maps satellite view, looking for clues of things. Again, it's a hobby I'm interested in. And then putting boots to the ground and finding those things. Yeah, I like the combination of read about something in one of Robert Turner's fine books, see a photograph taken by David Wilkie or Maynard Atkinson, research it out in Google Maps, and then boots to the ground and go, oh, there used to be a trestle through there and now there's 50 plus years of tree growth. Okay, good to know. Just love this area on the left. Again, on the other side is a drop off to the gully that the trestle used to cross. And we still got some fog. I'm getting hopeful that when I get to the current trestle at mile 25, that there'll be fog. It makes it great. It makes it great because it's harder to see all of the decay in the trestle deck. Through here on the left is the west end of the mile 24.4 trestle, historical. Trestle's not there anymore. And I explored that gully a couple years ago, did a video on that. Looking back at the diversion grade, and then straight through there would have been the Stokes trestle. Okay. So we're coming up to the end of the fiber optic cable project from 2021-2022. The line then went down Lacy Lake Road Hill, down to Port Alberni and out to the inlet and presumably out across the Pacific. So at the same place where the fiber optic cable project leaves us here, we're coming upon the old site of the Stokes siding. The siding ran off on the right side here, beside the rail, and it's now a utility vehicle road. I think it's maybe part of Lacy Lake Road. It goes further up. I'm going to get onto that road. Easier than walking the grade here because of all the overgrowth. Grade starts to get wild again now that we're out of the fiber optic project zone. So yeah, the Stokes siding would have been kind of what we're walking on now. Coming up to Lacy Lake Road crossing up ahead. It's a very steep road that mainly it's motorbikers or hikers. People do it for the hike going up to the Alberni Lookout, which could be known as the Alberni Valley's version of the Grouse Grind. Just a popular fitness kind of challenge. Get up there, time yourself. How fast did you do it? It's pretty steep. Rambling Mike here again, walking towards Lacy Lake Road, but you're looking behind me at the line beside me, the rail line, and what used to be Stokes siding. That's what I'm walking on. So a couple more things about my YouTube channel that you're watching. I like lots of detail, and hey, I have a hard time being brief about anything, and so my videos tend to be longer in length, go into more depth and detail. because that's who I am. And so, hey, if I'm doing videos my style, there's bound to be other people out in the world that are kind of like me, like to dive into the detail. And so, hey, this is for you, and hopefully other people can enjoy it too. Oftentimes I chop up my videos into a few different episodes, so I don't know if this is going to be one video for today's hike, 2, 3, or 4. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. So here's Lacy Lake Road. Goes up and goes down in a steep way. But I continue on the railway. This is about mile 24.8 or so. Okay, so beside the railway, it's just through there, hard to see. So if I were a hiker going up to the Alberni Lookout, I'd be on this little bit of a road here. And down below us is various mountain bike trails. So often I hear people on mountain bikes having fun, which is great. So mountain bike trails will cross and go down like there. There's the Lookout Trail going up. And back to the railway with the overgrowth. And that's looking back at Lacy Lake Road. Okay, onward, westward.